High as hell when I'm in the clouds. That's that space shit. Elevated, I'm hella faded.
Hey, water signs. All right, so we're back for a general pick a card this week, just to see what you guys are kind of in for in the next, I don't know, week or so. But I mean, time is kind of fluid, so whenever you see this, I guess. All right, the order it's going to go in, it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. So go ahead and clear your mind, take a deep breath, and then pick whichever 1 or 2 or 3 that you are drawn to the most. All right, I'm not going to spend too much time talking here, so I just want to say thank you for watching and subscribing and liking. It really is so wonderful to meet everyone, and I love talking with you, so keep commenting. I hope everyone has a really great day, and I will see you in the pile you pick. Bye! Hey, pile number 1. Let's see if I move my thing over. Hear me better. Hey! Alright, so let's see what's going on with you guys. Alright, we're going to start here with the 8 of Swords. Oh, there we go. I'm going to say my camera wouldn't focus right, but it's working now. Yay! I'm getting like this, it's not like typically this card means like stuck, like you're feeling trapped, some sort of entrapment, could be mental, usually is mental because it's swords, which is air and thoughts, ideas, beliefs, those sorts of things. And well, I think it might be a mixture of that, and for some of you it might totally be that, but there's like a feeling of almost like there's nothing left to do. Like it's just, I don't know if some of you, some of you just run out of options. Okay, so I think you're just kind of feeling forced to just move forward, just to move forward. It's like you have to move forward even though you don't know how, but there's, It's really weird. Because typically, like if I were to draw this card, I'd be like, oh, you're in your head too much, you might feel in a dead-end situation, that kind of thing. And it might be that for some of you, but I mean, the weird energy that I get from this, it's just like, I keep at the end of your ropes, all you can do. I mean, some of you might have to kind of surrender to the fact that you have no control. Like nothing is in control here. You really, like, yeah, we have free will, but I mean, to a certain extent, I think. So some of you might be learning that. And it's forcing you to feel. Okay, it's really forcing you to have to be kind of, I don't want to say no, blind. There we go. Thank you. Blind to everything around you. And you're kind of having to be forced to feel things. Okay, you shouldn't be focusing on, see all the swords around her. Like they're not supposed to be able to be seen by her. It's a way of saying you don't need to see. And it's like having blinders on a horse. You know, like you don't want them to see all the bad stuff, so you just like have them focus. You know what I mean? That's what it's like. That's what this card is basically, what I'm getting, that kind of an energy. Like it's like you're being forced to almost trust yourself, trust the process, trust, you know, whatever it is that you kind of believe in. You're being kind of forced to do that. Sorry, I'm gonna move my thing up here. Okay. I'm again, some of you might be going through where it's like, you know, you just feel stuck, you feel, you know, mentally trapped. You might be going through some sort of a repetitive mental cycle that you've kind of been needing to jump out of. I know, especially with this moon, it's crazy, you know, and you know, I think people are purging. It's just there's a lot of stuff going on. But I think for a good majority of people right now, just learning how to kind of turn the thoughts off and maybe kind of focus a little bit more inward. That's where everyone keeps coming back to. And that's where everything, you know, you kind of, I think, start to learn to see a pattern, you know. Like, it's just very dreary. You know, I don't know, you always hear let go, let go, let go. And it's like, it's made to seem like this, you know, you think like clouds and real light. No, that's not been my experience. That's, you know, it's a lot more like, well, I'm all out of ideas at this point. You know, Go within. Okay. I'm gonna save this one. That was a really good one. 8 of Earth, which is the 8 of Pentacles. My dog is barking. Hold on one second. Sorry, my dog's old, so I have to let her out, or if I'll have a messy house. Okay, so 8 of Earth, which is 8 of Pentacles. And this one, it shows like I guess it's a fairy, reading, studying, looking at books. It shows dedication. In the Rider-Waite tarot deck, it's a picture of a guy, and he's sitting down, and in front of him are all these pentacles that he's made. And he sat and he chiseled them all out, and you can see that he's chiseled them one by one. And it's something that would have taken a long time to accumulate this tower of pentacles that he's managed to carve out. You know, and it's, each pentacle is exactly the same. So it shows that he was very meticulous. He was very, he had a lot of integrity, and he really worked hard. This card is something that shows dedication to your craft or your skill or in a direction in your life that you're trying to go. It's also a good indication that it'll pay off for you. It's not easy to put time and effort and energy into things, especially when it doesn't seem, like you're really doing much. But, and the reason I think I like the original, the Rider-Waite tarot is because this guy just seems very leisurely to me. He's just like kind of like, to me, I'd be doing that for fun, reading those books. Like the guy on the Rider-Waite, like he's chiseling shit. Like, this to me doesn't equal the level of commitment that card really entails. It really, Pentacles are slow. So to have built up an accumulation of 8 Pentacles, that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. You've really put in a lot of effort and a lot of work and a lot of thought and dedication and time, and that's wonderful. And it's letting you know that's going to be rewarded. Okay, so when it is rewarded, you should, obviously be kind of, in a way, humble, but, you deserve it. Realize that. You really do deserve everything that you've accomplished. Hands down, 100%. Some of you might be, some of you might be wanting to go back to school or go in a different direction, but are scared. Oh, I gotta let my dog out. Okay, I think I'm done running around. All right, so when I started talking about this card, I got like really anxious and my voice got kind of shaky, and I don't know, I just felt like, so I think some of you, I don't know how many of you might be going back, thinking of changing directions, maybe going back, maybe changing your major, your area of study, maybe you're going in a whole new direction, but you might be a little nervous. Don't be. Okay, 8 of Pentacles is a wonderful sign for that. It does show that you'll need dedication, you'll need hard work, you'll need to be really dedicated to what it is you're trying to pursue, so make sure it's something you really want, but it could be something very beneficial for you, like long-term kind of happiness thing. So if you were thinking of changing directions that way, go ahead. Some of you might just be taking a new interest in something coming up here. And I'm like that too. Like I'm usually learning about different things, I'll have like certain things that I'm trying to squeeze into learning, and like once I do that, I'll move on to something else. It's good. It's a good practice to always have something to be learning about. Make sure you're doing the work, okay? And it's easy to, be in that preparation. It's good to prepare. It's good to make plans. It's good to, but make sure you're doing the work. And signs. That's the one I was holding on to. I love this card. I love synchronicity. I love, numbers and signs and things like that. Someone is getting a lot of them. I'm sure you'll know who you are. I feel like they could be animals, songs, definitely numbers. I heard feather. Okay. You don't get signs for signs. Okay, so if you're asking if you're asking for a sign shows up, don't ask for a sign that it's a sign. Okay? It was a sign the first time it showed up. We don't need we don't need to keep there's 11 on the time there. So confirmation, that's confirmation for me. If I see 11, that's confirmation for me. That's my number. If you get a sign, you feel like it's a sign, take it as a sign. Don't give yourself time to think about it. Don't give yourself, just don't even do it. Oh, thanks for the sign. That's all you need to do. Okay, and then when you have time, because usually you're doing stuff, at least that's when I see things, I'm like in the middle of stuff. And when you have time to kind of go back and dedicate and focus on what it might have been and really quiet yourself to get the actual message behind it, go ahead and do that. So just, thank you, file it away, and then think about it when you have time later. And you can really focus on it, because, if you get a sign and you're doing stuff and like you have all these different things going on in your head, and it might not be the message you're really wanting. It could be because you're basically channeling things. These so if you're not channeling them properly, they'll not be clear. They'll be kind of like skewed almost. So you basically be giving yourself wrong information, which is why it's kind of like, at least for me, it's really important that I'm in a really good frame of mind when I'm doing these videos, is because like if I'm not, I won't get any messages, I won't hear anything, I won't see any, nothing will happen, because I'm not a clear channel. I'm not really able to give out messages like I should. I hear someone is really letting it cloud their judgment. Like, how much proof do you need? How much proof do you need? Yeah, they'll keep sending it. If you keep asking for it, they'll keep sending it, but, how much more do you need? If you aren't seeing the signs, and you're asking for them, maybe you guys just haven't figured out what kind of signs work for you. You and your spirit team, or whatever you want to, your squad, whatever you want to call them, your spirit squad. Find a way to really find a few different ways. Like, if you say, I'll only accept a green feather, and it's like, then you're like, well, I haven't seen a green feather. Come on, help them out a little bit. I mean, yeah, they can pull off a miracle if they want to, but if it's like your 87th sign this week, I don't think they're going to be pulling the stops out to find you a green fucking feather at this point. I think they're probably like, well, don't know what to tell you. So, work out some sort of a system to where there's a few different things. So you're like, oh, if I see a cardinal, or if I see, something else, and give a few different, and that way you'll know, okay, and if you see something else, there's confirmation. Okay, look at it that way. Don't look at it as you need another sign. Just say, okay, that's confirmation then. You don't need to keep prodding it. Like, she's really, Like, she set everything up, this woman. Like, everything is exactly where it should be. I mean, down to the littlest, you know, look, she's done a littlest star she's put in there. Okay, so things are exactly how they should be. Things are moving along how they should. I know it's nice to get synchronicities and signs because it helps you know that you are on the right path, and, you know, it's comforting, you know, but don't freak out about it. Don't, you know, just when you see them, be thankful and move on. You got the message whether you realize it or not. All right. All right. So you guys got some stuff going on, but it's all very divinely guided, I feel. So it's really nothing that you need to be like too, oh my God. It's seriously, everything is laid out exactly how it needs to be, and you really don't have anything to worry about. All right. I'm going to get out of here. Divine Destiny 1111, be my friend on Instagram. If you need a reading, divinedestinytarot.com. I hope this was able to help you, and I hope everyone has a really great day. Thank you for liking and subscribing and commenting and talking to me. I love talking to you guys, so thank you for that. All right, I'm on to the next pile. Have a good day. Hey, pile number 2. All right. So we're going to start with him, the incredible King of Wands, half of the, I think, the best relationship in the tarot between all the kings and queens. I mean, ultimately, we're all striving to be emperors and empresses here, right? Or high priests and priestess. But if you're going to the kings and queens, the Wands couple by far to me are the most, I think it's the best relationship. Out of all the court cards, kings and queen couples, the only couple that if you hold the cards up side by side, that they look to each other is the Wands. All the other couples are looking in different directions. None of the other couples look at each other, except Wands. So it's kind of, I think, a really sweet and wonderful quality about the relationship that the Wands have is they look to each other. You know, it's really, they don't look for things outside of themselves. They look to each other because they are, in fact, the same thing. They're halves of the same whole. So, just pretty cool, FYI, you know, if you're into tarot and stuff. If not, probably a waste of your time. Either way you're watching it, I'll tell you. All right, King of Wands. King of Wands is, he's vibrant, he's confident, he's energetic, he is a go-getter. He's very, I heard exuberant. Yeah, it can be exuberant. Fire energy. I mean, it's a very, I don't want to say excitable, but I mean, he looks like he's ready to jump up at any moment. He's just like ready. You know, he's not really sitting down real chill, and like he's on the edge of his seat ready to jump up and do something. That's his energy. So some of you really might be, either you're wanting to start something new, maybe you have started something new. If you have, though, it might just be just where you're starting to see some growth. It's not a lot, but it's, you know, it's an indication that there's something there. You're very focused on this. Whatever it is that you're trying to grow, or you're trying to birth, or whatever that is that you're doing here, you're very focused on it. Okay, so whatever this is pertaining to, it's something that you really have a lot of focus in. You really have A lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of energy. And it has a lot of determination. Like, this isn't something you're just gonna let go of. So it has to be something very important, because with the King of Wands, I think with a lot of fire signs too, it's like when they want to do something, like they're getting it done, they love it, they'll do it, they'll stick with it. But if you're like making a fire sign do something and they really don't want to do it, it's not going to be probably done very well, and it's going to be done as quickly as possible. And then they're going to be out of there, because, you know, fire signs, you know, we're passionate, but we're passionate about things that we really love. You know, I think it really shows the ability to use your energy very well, to manage your energy, to not put your energy into things that really aren't going to grow you, or isn't going to grow your current situation, or things you're actually trying to do with yourself. We don't need to be putting energy or focusing, because look what he's doing. He's focusing. The reason I brought this up, because he's staring at that wand like it's going to go somewhere. You know, so I just get the feeling that it's like it's just like this constant zeroed in focus on this thing, but there's passion there. So it, you know, it's good. It's not like a obsessive or unhealthy kind of focus. It's just very determined, I think. So something, you are going to be very, very determined over something. Some of you, this could be how you're carrying yourself as well, if you're just very in that King of Wands energy, which is great. Oh, and then comes Seven of Air. Seven of Air. I like how the people who made this angel card deck really, you know, put a lot of unicorns around, because that'll cheer it up. You know, Seven of Air is Seven of Swords in tarot. Seven of Swords is it's like fuckery. It's like you know, underhanded, you know, doing things to kind of work people over, to kind of, I don't know, rig the game in a way, you know what I mean? So you kind of come out on top, taking advantage. So, you know, this might be something that might happen to you, so just, you know, take advantage of the knowledge of it could be happening. Or it could be something that you're doing. It could also show too much time spent in your mind, trying to, you know, figure things out. You know, sometimes, you know, we try to plan as best we can, you know, and then we have this huge elaborate plan we thought up in our brain, and then, you know, God laughs at us and nothing happens like that. So save yourself some time if that's you, and calm it down a little bit. And I know the energy has been really crazy for like everyone, most people right now. It's especially people who are like still purging things and trying to really get that last little bit of crap that they're working on out and really lay it to rest and stuff. It's been heavy, and I feel that for a lot of readings and stuff. But, you know, things always get better. You know, sometimes there's a lot more going on than it seems. You know, like you may not see the things lining up. You may not see the work that's being done, you know, on different levels, on, you know, the other side, whatever you want to call it. You know, a lot of things are being done, and it's easy to kind of just be here and be like sulky and, you know, I heard salty. It's not salty. I wouldn't say salty, but like some people, I guess. But I heard you're sabotaging yourself. Okay, so we need to get out of our brains. And number one, the pile one, if you want to go back and watch that one, they had a lot of mental stuff going on too. So that might be some kind of a relation there for you, maybe. To me, it's seven of swords is always about just trying to one up somebody, like kind of like through whatever means, you know, just so you come out on top. So it doesn't matter what somebody might lose, what it might do to somebody. It's doing whatever you can to just make yourself feel better. You know, it's kind of like, what's the best way to describe it? Underhanded. I heard, yeah. Doing something that's kind of underhanded. Almost like tricking someone out of something. You know, if that's you, I'm not here to judge you, but, you know, just remember whatever energy you're putting out is what will come back to you. And that's not like me like cursing you or, you know, putting a hex on you. That's, you know, that's just how energy works. So if that's the kind of decisions you make, and those are the kind of things that you're doing, that's exactly what you're inviting back into your life. So there's that. Okay. Nope, okay. I was going to move on to the next card, but I guess I'm not. Back to this one. Some of you know where this underhanded behavior is coming from. Some of you know exactly what it is. Okay. You need to walk away from it. You know, you'll be able to tell if someone's intention is true. You know, I mean, sometimes people have bad days. Sometimes they, you know, they're working through stuff. Yeah, but you'll be able to tell if someone's intentions are truly to get one over on you, to get the better of you, to, you know, screw you up. So if this is someone you know and you really, you kind of feel like maybe this is going on, you know, because I was drawn, like, there's all these unicorns here, and then in the background, there's just two that are just kind of walking away. They're like, you know what? You know that meme where they like, they throw the papers and like, fuck this shit? That's kind of the feeling I get. It's like, that's what they're going to end up having happen to them, is because people are going to realize what they're doing and they're going to start leaving. It could be more than one person even involved in it. Maybe it's a workplace thing. Something's going on. Okay, but if it's not you doing it, then, you know, you should be walking away. Not that you should be doing it, but again, I'm not going to, you know, tell you what you should be doing. That's up to you. All right, and last but not least, you have playfulness. I love this card. I absolutely love this card. It gives you a reason to go have fun, right? Now, I have a 4-year-old, so I have an excuse to go to the parks and go on slides and swings, and I get to act like a kid whenever I want to. You know, like coloring, I do daily. So playfulness really isn't like an issue for me. But I know a lot of people don't do that. They don't do playful things. You know, like honestly, and I think there's just because there's this stigma or whatever that you're not a kid anymore. And that's not fair, you know. Buy a coloring book. Buy some crayons. Nobody's known who. Maybe you're buying it for your niece. Who do you know? Just go buy some and color. Go outside. Try to climb a tree. Try to play in the yard. Like, just do fun, playful stuff. You know? Roll around the yard with your kids. It also reminds me to be kind of lighthearted. You know, really don't take anything too seriously. I mean, you should obviously take something seriously, but just keep things light. You know, really, if you knew the amount of honest control that you had over everything, I don't think you'd be worrying about it because there's really nothing to do anyway. I mean, you can only work on the stuff that you have going on in your life at the moment, you know, and everything else is just kind of working itself out or already has. So why freak out about it? You know? When we're in a lighthearted energy too, we don't take things so personally. I feel like somebody maybe is taking things a little personal. And it's not, like, you feel like you're being attacked. And it's not that you're being attacked. I think you're just, you're coming from an energy that's very closed and defensive. Okay, you'll know if this resonates with you. I don't think that you don't want people to understand or to get close or to even, you know, feel what you're going through. I just think you're so used to being that way that it's almost become like a default setting is to naturally be closed off and what's the word? Defensive and judgmental, I think would be not judgmental like you're trying to be mean, like judging people, but you know, I think you judge a situation well before you even enter into it. And you know, sometimes that could be good, you know, because you're protecting yourself from potential hurt if you feel like there could be something there, but sometimes you could be blocking yourself from really wonderful experiences. So maybe we should try being a little bit more open. Doesn't mean you're going to get hurt, okay, because you've had the lessons in the past, so you'd be able to recognize if something were to happen, okay? So you'd see it coming, so you don't need to be closed because something might happen. You've seen it happen before, so you won't fall for that again, right? Okay, so it's safe to be open because even if somebody tries to, you're going to be like, oh, I've seen this before. Okay, so it's safe to be open. It's safe to receive and to give love. That's the message there. All right, so I hope that was able to help somebody. I hope everyone has a really great day. Divine Destiny 1111. That's my Instagram name. If you are looking for a reading, divinedestinytarot.com. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much to everyone who is liking, subscribing, and commenting on all my stuff. I love you guys, and I love talking to you. So keep commenting. All right, I think that's about it. Hope it resonated with somebody. If it did, wonderful. If it didn't, sorry to waste your time. Have a good day. Bye. Okay, pile number 3. Hmm. All right. Oh, hold on a second. I talk and then my mouth gets all dry. All right. Okay. All right, I'm ready now. Knight of Cups. Ah, what a guy. What a guy. He, knights bring things. Okay, so obviously this knight would be bringing things that are related to cups, which are emotions, feelings, those sorts of things. So it could be communication regarding these things. It could be somebody revealing how they feel. It could be you revealing to someone how you feel. All right, there's fish on this guy. There's fish on the guy's, would it be a tunic, I guess, on his tunic. So this might be pertinent for a Pisces, or you might be dealing with a Pisces. I feel, and this is, I've never noticed this about this card before. Been reading this same deck for 20 years, never noticed this before. History right here. Do you see the horse? Like there's water there. The horse seems like, hell no am I putting my foot in there. Do you see it? Maybe it's just me. But that's kind of the like feeling I got. I've never noticed that the horse looks like, it's almost like this person or you want to give this cup to somebody. You want to give this cup to somebody, but then there's some part that's like, whoa, that requires me crossing this river and the water looks cold. You know, like, well, I would cross the river, but, you know, there's always a but. Like, I want to do this, but you know, but he has another way of getting over. I mean, he's got, look at his feet. He's got wings on his feet. He could just fly. He could just find another way over the river, but he doesn't want to get off of his high horse and find another way around. It's just what I'm getting in the card. You know? He likes being on that horse, so he's just going to stay there, and the horse is going to be like, no, I don't feel like going. And he's just going to be sitting there with that cup. Okay, I heard blue and clarity. So either that's what that means in the card, because there is a lot of blue in the card. So maybe that's what they're pointing out, is blue means clarity. Maybe that's what you're waiting for. Are you waiting for clarity? What are you waiting for clarity on? What are you waiting for clarity? I'm gonna pull out my deck and do a side pull here. What are you waiting on? What are they waiting on? Like, whatever it is, though, like, the second that water isn't there, it's going. It's just there's something that's a fear. Some kind of a fear is holding this this cup back. So it's either fear on your end, fear on theirs, whatever end, doesn't matter, there's fear. Okay? Like, you can almost see it, like, in his face. Like, he's just like, oh, what if I get all the way over there and she throws the cup back at me? What if she's like, I don't want your damn cup. You could have given me your cup before and you didn't. I don't want your cup now. She could say that. But there's more than one way to skin a cat, and they're pointing those wings out again to me, okay? So they want you to know, even, if this is somebody that you're wanting to go towards, or if you're thinking someone is coming towards you, even if that were to happen, there are other options to try again. This isn't like, they're saying it's not something that you have to be worrying about. It's a worry that's keeping it from being delivered. What am I at? 6? I don't want to spend too much time on this card. Oh. So some of you either are going to be getting an offer from somebody you used to be with or talk to or whatever. They're coming back. They want, or this is what you're doing. You're hoping to go back because we got renewal, which is judgment, basically. I believe it's judgment. And that's the card that came to my mind. So that's what the card I'm going to associate it with. That's the feeling I got. So judgment is like a resurrection card. It basically is a picture from the scene of resurrection where, they're blowing the horn and like all the dead people are standing up, and like it looks pretty creepy. It's a pretty creepy looking card, but it's actually a really beautiful card because it's like starting over. You get a fresh start. It's resurrecting the dead is a good, way to describe it. I feel like whatever this is, like if this is you trying to go back into someone's life, like if you can see, like can you see how he's standing there? Like he's got it, like there's so much distance between them. Like he's got his arm there, and but it's like one of those like weird, awkward first movie date kind of arm things, like where it's like, you're not really sure if you're allowed to do it or not, but you're gonna try. It's like that, and she's allowing it, but I do think that there has to be some sort of slow progression, and that might be, where this like that feeling comes from. It could just be that, either you or you both, maybe both of you are just like really not wanting to move very fast with certain areas of it, because I think you want to make a good decision. You both want to make sure that you're making the right decision, which is smart. It's smart to consider things and really put a lot of thought into them and plan. There's a relationship that's definitely getting another chance, though. And it seems like since there was like a break in it, it's almost like newness, like a 47. That's 11. That's confirmation. Yeah, it's like a newness. It's like a brand. It's not even the same relationship. It's like the same relationship, but it's not. I'm sure it'll make sense to the people going through it. If it doesn't, it's not for you. I think if it's, in like a relationship, it might be, the girl that's kind of like, because look, he's got his arm around her, and she's not lifted her arm whatsoever to touch him. So I feel like it might be the girl. So maybe the girl was hurt. Maybe something happened, and like, even though maybe she's decided to forgive and all that, but she still could be cautious, because obviously, I mean, this woman in this picture has children. She's holding on to her little girl. So that might be another reason why, that person is not trying. It could be could be a man. Maybe it's, a guy that has a kid. They have kids too. I feel like it's a woman. But, when there's children involved, they really do have a greater responsibility, I think, to the safety of their children. So if there's something that might be around that could be potentially harmful to their mother, even if it's not physical, if it's mental, if it's, emotional, that's important. That's not something that she should be entering into, because, she needs to be a good parent. It'll be a process. Last but not least, Study, with a beautiful, pretty rainbow on it. I love this card. But I love to learn. I love, learning different things and fun facts and weird facts and just all sorts of different things. It's really important, I think, to keep your brain hungry to learn things. Never try to tell yourself you know everything, because you don't. Nobody knows everything. Our brains in this, we couldn't even begin to fathom what's really going on. I feel like this, was it the last pile or was it the pile before that? We got Signs as the healing card. And I kind of get the same feeling from that. I think it was a different, yeah, it was like a pink, it was like a pink background too. See, for Signs. And it's another woman too. See? Women. There's something you really need to look into. And I don't know. Some of you have been given an opportunity to really kind of understand why things happen. I think especially mentally. You should have been able, 651, that's a 111. That's confirmation. So you should be able to recognize a pattern that has been going on recently, like recent. Okay? And it's a pattern that shows you, like, I was shown a sun and then clouds coming in, okay, and covering it, and then something happening, and then the clouds going away and the sun coming out again. So that shows me that there's something that comes in, okay, focus is put onto it, it's in front of the sun, it blocks everything out, so it's kind of dark, it's kind of disorienting. You know, you basically have entered into the door you shouldn't have went through. And recognizing it will help it stop. Okay, so if you've been entering, ouch, my legs went up. If you've been entering into this constant cycle of, like, you'll be doing really great, and then like all of a sudden it's like this huge cloud is in front of your sun, think about it. Think what happened that kind of made you walk through that door. What was it? Hope, okay, hope outweighs fear. So keep that in mind. And that could be because of the rainbow. Rainbows mean hope. That's what it was. You know, you have two decisions. You can either have a rainbow or you can have clouds. And the decision is yours, and that's what I'm getting. All right. Hope I was able to help somebody. I hope you have a wonderful day. Divine Destiny 1111, that's my Instagram name. Be my friend on there. If you need a reading, divinedestinytarot.com. Go on there. I think that's it. I want to thank everyone who is liking and subscribing and commenting. I love talking to you guys, so please keep commenting. I love you guys so much. All right. I hope everyone has a really, really good day. I'm going to get out of here, and I'll see you next time. I guess not next week. I won't be here next week, but the week after that, I'll be here. All right.